and also the labia open up to allow for that penetration. If certainly we know that after menopause, with a drop in estrogen and testosterone, you will see a decrease in lubrication. And sometimes if people are on medications that can alter their hormonal axis, they may also see changes in lubrication during breastfeeding. You can see changes in lubrication. And again, this is they're not aroused necessarily. This is like a physiologic problem that they're having.
Can we distinguish between arousal-based lubrication, let's say sexual arousal-based lubrication? Mm-hmm. And again, folks, forgive me for being so hyper-specific in language, but there are other forms of arousal besides sexual arousal that we know from it's not a pleasant topic, from reports following sexual assault that, oftentimes the victim is demonized for having been lubricated. And they will say, well, then people will presume that somehow they wanted that interaction, and that's not true. Yeah. In those cases, it's clear that the lubrication occurred independent of libido type arousal.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So let's set that aside. Again, unpleasant topic, but one that's important to flag. Are there forms of non-libido type arousal lubrication that allow for non-painful or even pleasureful penetration that are important to distinguish from the arousal-based lubrication? In other words, I have to imagine that women will have sex and it can be pleasurable or at least not painful. And that might relate in some way to baseline levels of lubrication. And here we've been talking about lubrication mainly in the context of arousal, postmenopausal reductions in lubrication, but are there also postmenopausal reductions in baseline lubrication? Are some people's vaginas just more lubricated at, I want to say at rest, it's like the scientist in me, when they're asleep, for instance? I mean, men are having erections in their sleep. Are women getting vaginal lubrications in their sleep periodically?